Hornsworm hat. I just figured out an anagram. So anagrams are really important, and it's just another thing that they try to make you ignore. But it's everywhere. So many things are anagrams. Just move the letters around. Santa spells Satan for a reason. And so here's an anagram. I don't know if you guys have noticed this one before. You know the show MASH. MASH. I always wonder, what does that have to do with anything? It's a sham. SHAM. War is fake, so that's what this video is about. Modern warfare, anyhow. And I think it's relevant. I've been reading Deuteronomy. Don't worry, I'm finishing reading that up. I'll probably do one more video on it. And so war in the past was real, but these days it's just fake. If talk to anybody, it's either going to be a lying Free Martin that has these crazy war stories that are ridiculous, or they'll tell you the truth, which is that they don't actually see any action. I think I've told this story before. I can tell it again. I know somebody personally that claimed that they were in Vietnam. Agent Orange, right? Orange. And this person, all they did was carry mail. And I've brought that up before in front of my mom, and she started making some crazy story about how, they got their glasses shot off, and it's just nonsense. It's a made up story. I've known people in real life that there's like a day that they get really emotional, and because their buddy, they lost in war, and they go to the bar and they have a drink. They get a drink for their buddy and then just let it sit there and pour it out. It's ridiculously over the top emotional for just something that's fake. And I don't know, it's glorify war. They glorify it, heroes. It's a bunch of FTM, a bunch of trannies. Most people in the military are trannies by far. And it's all just theater. They call it the theater of war for a reason. It's theater. Think about what happens when somebody dies at war. They take the American flag and they fold it up into a pyramid. And then, so this kind of goes into what I talked about in my previous video about faking. They fake their deaths. In the military, they fake their deaths all the time because, people have to die, right? There have to be people out that, I knew somebody who died in war. You knew a Mason who pretended to die in war, and then they just became someone else. I have a lot of comments from people, I went to a military funeral and nobody was crying. They'll say really cryptic things at the funeral. They'll say, this person's still alive, and this person's not really dead, because they continue to live on with our memories, and they'll just say things like that. And yeah, like I said, they won't be crying most of the time. It's just a big act, theater of war. And there's a lot of people that claim, I lost my leg. In modern war, you see a lot of people with the fake limbs, and children are born missing limbs from the tranny process. It doesn't always work out. They're blasting these fetuses with different hormones during the development. They're trying different cocktails. It's eugenics. It's a big tranny eugenics program. Everybody wants to pump out the next Free Martin, sports star of the future. So these people, they do crazy things. And yeah, they come out with missing limbs, and most of them, because they're hoaxsters and they're liars. So they'll, let's say you have a Free Martin son who's missing a leg. Okay, they just come up with some hoax story about how, they'll join the military, and the military is full of these creatures too. So they just help them sell a lie. We're going to say that you got it blown off by an IED. But really, they've never had a leg. And it's really easy have you ever known families that kind of just move into the neighborhood all suspiciously from nowhere? So I have a few of these. I grew up in a pretty small town, and out of nowhere, somebody would move in from England. And it's like, how does somebody from England even know that this place exists? This is just the way that Masons operate. They can move to a new place and just become a new person. the name that these people were using probably was different than the name that they had in England. Anyways, this video is just kind of a lot of speaking whatever comes to mind. Yeah, war is fake. Modern war is fake. Back, who knows how long, but the Civil War is just fake. So anything probably goes back way past that. Who knows? Some people think that they use wars to kill off regulars. I don't know. I think it's mostly mind games. That's how that's their MO. Their MO is to use ketchup and tell you that it's blood and have you believe it. So I don't tend to buy into any of the. I think it's mostly just hoax stories, fishing tales. All right, that's it for this video. God bless everybody.